Wednesday, October 31st, 5 a.m. Mountain Time, 2018. Guys, in this video, I've got some interesting images and pictures that were sent in. This particular one we're looking at here is of Google Earth. It's just a screenshot that I took the other day. In fact, it's back on the 21st. 10 days ago, I saw this, took a screenshot. Never seen anything quite like this on Google Earth. And this is using the weather feature. And you're seeing a big giant structure that's shaped like an S that extends from the Arctic Circle clear down to the Caribbean. Never seen anything quite like that before. It's not necessarily a storm. It's just a unified structure, kind of like we saw that line that extended, well, the entire side of the Earth that one time a few weeks back. That was totally unusual. Never seen anything like that. This isn't in the same category, but it's just definitely unique. I've never seen anything quite like that. That's well over 3,000, probably close to 4,000 miles long. Pretty cool. This picture here was sent in by Atribo from the Canary Islands. There's some unique clouds above the mountains, and I think the winds around the mountains are what create these clouds. We see them from time to time in mountainous regions, especially over into Mexico, parts of California. Nevertheless, they're very cool looking, and thank you for sharing. I greatly appreciate it. This next photograph you're looking at, I took myself from right out here in southeast Phoenix. And this sky came out of nowhere, or at least this personality. Honestly, I've never seen the sky look like this out here. And it was as Hurricane Willa was approaching the West Mexico coast, and we were like 500 miles away from the storm, but it was pushing energy and clouds up this way that weren't necessarily directly associated with Hurricane Willa. But nevertheless, these clouds had quite the personality. And on that day, we saw storms all around the valley, even saw hail. Saw some dust devils, twisters, whatever you want to call them. Heavy rain in places. Some areas saw 5 inches, 3 inches, 2 inches. Interesting day and an interesting sky to boot. And that's what we saw here in the southeast Phoenix area. This here you may have already seen. It's that bar that appears in the clouds. We've seen it now twice. That's from Arkansas, sent in by Deb. This was the first one that we got that looked almost identical. About a week before we got this one from Arkansas. This came out of Louisiana. I don't know if I've shared this or not, but they are definitely, in my humble opinion, nearly a perfect match. You don't see those very often either. I'm just trying to share unique things that have been on my desktop, honestly, for about a week. And I wanted to share them, put them in the photo gallery, and then get to the emails. I've got a lot of emails to get through. This is a picture that was sent in by Manny of something he thought that was unusual. So I took a picture of it. You can see some light rays soaring through the sky, but for some reason there's a dark cloud / object in front of the light rays that should be light, not dark. That's why he took the picture. So, interesting, don't know exactly what to think of it, but there's another picture from a different location that has what looks like the same object, only it's in light format, not dark. And they do look very similar if you put them side by side. This was sent in by Miss Justice, and I'm not exactly sure of the location. But I believe it was on a different day, October the 7th. Manny sent his on, I don't have the date on Manny's, but Miss Justice sent hers on October the 7th, so around the 1st of the month. But almost looks like one of those flying triangles, which we've seen. I haven't seen, well, actually I have. It's been a while, but they exist. You don't really see them like you do commercial airplanes flying around, but they exist, and that's kind of what that looks like, but it's difficult to tell. Could be a cloud. In the case here with Manny, that could be a cloud as well, but I see why he took the picture. It's dark in the middle of a bunch of light, and just kind of looks out of place, that's all. So thanks for sharing. Appreciate it. Thank you, Miss Justice. Miss Justice, I appreciate the picture, and that does definitely look like a flying craft, no doubt about it. This photo here was taken by Robert from right out here in Phoenix looking west, and we've seen quite a few of these pictures where the clouds form what look like a triangle in the sky at the horizon. I've seen multiple pictures like this in just the last couple of months, more in the last couple of months than I've seen in probably 8 years. Don't know what's causing it, but people are compelled when they see these to get their cameras out and get the cameras rolling. So another good photo of this phenomenon sent in by Robert from right out here in Phoenix, Arizona. This next photograph was sent in by Glenn. Not exactly sure where. You can see palm trees, so it's somewhere south. Just not exactly sure where. But you can see a giant oval in the sky. And he said that definitely was not a cloud, and I completely agree 100%. Clouds wouldn't make a perfect oval like that above your neighborhood. He was a bit mystified, got his camera out, took a picture, didn't know what caused that, didn't see how it came about, just went outside, looked up, and saw it. So, interesting observation. I too have seen these before over the years, off in the distance. Don't know exactly what they're for, but I too have seen them. In fact, I saw 3 overlapping each other one year, just once, and it was in the eastern sky, maybe late morning, about the same size. Don't know what their purpose is or how they got there. Totally agree. But I was doing the same thing. I got out the camera phone and started taking pictures because it is very interesting. Totally agree. Much like these next pictures here that were sent in by Jim from Maine. Do you know what this is here? This used to be a tree until it was struck by lightning and instantly transformed by 50,000 degrees. Look at that. This is called Fulgurite. When it's transformed by lightning, when lightning strikes an object, typically trees, and it does this to it, basically crystallizes it. And you can see different holes where the energy went out. That's called Fulgurite. This is an exceptionally large piece of Fulgurite. You can't really tell by looking at this piece here, but this piece here you can. That's nearly 20 inches wide. Fulgurite is usually very small pieces, about the size of your finger. This is an exceptional piece. You can tell that it was at one time part of a tree. That almost looks like a petrified branch, but that's the result of a lightning strike. And that's a very big piece of Fulgurite. This was sent in by Jim from Maine. And I've had this picture for about 4 weeks now, so I think it occurred in the last 2 or 3 months. But very interesting. That's the result of 50,000 degrees. It's pretty amazing. In fact, that's very amazing. And like I said, most of this Fulgurite, there's a rock shop right down the street from where we live, and they sell pieces of Fulgurite, and that's just exactly what they are, pieces. About the size of your finger. Some of them look like a pretzel. They're not very big, usually hollow. Not this one here. This one is definitely the exception to the rule. Thank you, Jim, for sharing. And I did put these on the Sky Phenomenon photo gallery, even though they're not sky phenomenon per se. They were made by Sky Phenomenon, known as a lightning strike. So these are definitely, in my humble opinion, a candidate for the Sky Phenomenon photo gallery. So thanks again, Jim, for sharing. Greatly appreciated. I've never seen one quite that big, and I know the man down the road here that runs that rock shop would love to see these. He is a connoisseur of things like this. He knows every rock on the face of the earth. I think he's been all over the face of the earth collecting rocks. He has got one incredible collection. And the pictures that we've got here at the Sky Phenomenon photo gallery are starting to get quite incredible as well, thanks to you. You guys are wide awake and on the ball. You got the cameras rolling when they need to be. You're taking great pictures of the sky and different things, and I do put the pictures in the Sky Phenomenon Photo Gallery here at the website, MrMBB333.com. So don't forget to check out the website. It's linked below in the description box in every video that I upload. It's a good little hub for information if you want to learn about the Earth, the Sun, the Moon, different aspects of our day-to-day lives. We got the newsroom up here, the daily report that's got new news stories updated daily, sometimes multiple times a day. A lot of good information on this site I think you'll find useful if you want to learn about the Earth, the Sun, and the Moon. And I'm going to finish with one extraordinary photo sent in by Dean from Saratoga, Florida. That is a God Bless America rainbow right there, right behind the United States flag. What an incredible shot. Thanks for sharing, Dean. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a super day and be safe out there.